Well, here we are. This is the 5th day of this job. Lionel came up over the weekend, Friday night, and we got the old engine out of the car. The old LO5 is in the garage now. And over the weekend, despite a lot of problems, just stupid problems really, we got the 5.3 LM7 mounted in the car. These are the custom motor mounts I bought, which put this engine's the rear of the engine, the stock, that's not right, it puts the transmission in the factory location. The geometry of this engine is much different from a small block, but transmission's in the factory location, so there won't be any drive shaft fitment issues. Unfortunately, you do get other problems. Like this side, you can see, or not, plenty of room on the manifold. And this side, it's a different story. It's kind of hard to see, but I had to grind that flange down on that manifold, and it's still just touching the frame. And the way that frame curves, I don't know if I could get a pipe on that. So I'm going to have to figure something out with the manifolds. These are a 2010 Camaro manifolds from an LS Power Camaro. Granted, they fit with some work, but I don't know if it's going to be useful. Got the accessories bolted in. The truck power steering pump hooked up with the TBI B-body power steering lines. Had to bend the crap out of it. Fits. It's tight. I don't know how crazy I am about that loop, but it fits. The return line's also hooked up. Alternator. This is 105 amp. I just picked up from the junkyard today. The one I was putting in there was this one, 140 or whatever it is, which is slightly larger, and it looked like it wasn't going to clear. I just went and picked this one up because I had read online that this is the one that fits. Now, on first look, if you come over here by the fender line, it's hard to get an angle here, but you can see it sticking up, and I thought that was going to be a problem. But I did close the hood. I crawled in the car and reached up under here, and I could feel a gap between the top of this and the hood, so this is good here. I ripped all the air conditioning stuff out for now, as I needed some room over here to do all this wiring. I'm gonna run the R4 compressor that came with this car. I have a bracket that's going to mount it right here, which is the factory location on a TBI car. They should be able to reuse all the original lines. I might have to modify some things though, because the accumulator tank for the AC sat right here. And this is where the fuse box is going to go now. I have to get creative with that. The fuel line. This is the factory TBI lines where they come out of the frame. Ran those into the Corvette fuel filter, which is bolted onto a stud for the heater core hoses. Then I steel lined it up under the cowl that way. And I come out right by the brake booster, and I did a soft line, or nylon line I mean, from there to the rail. And I actually got that line off of, I think it was a Malibu in the junkyard. And what's nice about this, which I'm not too crazy about this fitting, it's not tight enough for comfort. The 45-degree angle's nice. It puts on a perfect angle right into my fuel rail. I just hope I can keep that. PCM is going to go where this charcoal canister is. I'm going to rip that out. It's going to sit here like an LT1 car. Throttle cable This one's the truck cable. I gotta shorten it. I gotta mess with that. I don't know how to do that yet. I was able to make it mount into the firewall in the factory location. I just had to grind some plastic off of the truck one, but fit right in there. A little bit of shortening, it'll be fine. Let's see, got the idler relocation. I had to sawzall this off, make room for the throttle body. I still got to deal with the water pump. I have something I think will work for that. I haven't pressed the pulley on here yet. It looks like it'll clear all this stuff, so I'm hoping it will. Otherwise I have to rework some of this. And underneath the car, I don't have a light with me, but you can see a little bit. That's the it's an LT1 94 to 96 cross member. To make that fit, that side over there, can't even see it from where I'm sitting, but the bolts on that end there were the same. Over here, however, 2 new holes had to be drilled, which if anyone else is going to do this, the holes locations are almost perfectly in line with these 2 holes. Don't know what they're for, but they're almost perfect. I looked at the LT1 cars, they have the same thing there, so if anyone's putting a dual exhaust cross member in their TVIB body, it's a good place to start. Got my 4L60E out of a 96 Caprice. It's a rebuilt of some sort. I hope it works. No idea. And that's the factory drive shaft. Fits perfectly with those mounts. So, coming along. The exhaust is going to be a nightmare. I know that. It's just been a lot of little problems here and there. Stuff that I was told online would fit, but doesn't. Those manifolds are supposed to fit, they don't. I gotta look into something with that now. They said these lines work. I had to modify them, but they do technically work. Steel is very hard to bend, by the way. This stuff is thick. I think what else here? Oh, this is another thing that has to be addressed. The heater core lines up perfectly with that coil. I'm gonna have to relocate that coil or something, I don't know. I'm only gonna be driving this car in the summer, so maybe I'll just ditch the heat altogether. Like to have heat though. But it's coming along. It's been a grueling chore, to say the least. You know, putting it in, we had to pull the bumper off. Wasn't really expecting that, but our cherry picker wouldn't clear it. Yeah, that's where it's at. This is the TBI radiator, which it's original. I don't know if I'm gonna run this or not. I might put an LT1 in here. Gotta decide on that. So, that's it for now. I'm gonna keep working at this. Right now I'm working on the electrical. This is out of a 96 Roadmaster. It's for the fans and everything else here looks like a mess, but I have an idea of what everything is. It actually plugs in under the dash. So splice all this crap into this. That's gonna be a project. So that's it for now. Keep you updated on this.